We all know there's a huge difference between the C7 Corvette and the C8 Corvette. The C7, of course, the last of the front-engine models, and of course the C8, well, the beginning of the mid-engine range. But let's take a look at some of the other numbers with these two cars to compare and contrast, see what's similar and what's different. We'll start by talking about the wheelbase. It turns out they're very similar. In fact, this C8 is only about ½ an inch longer in the wheelbase than the C7. But the overall length, radically different. This mid-engine version is 6 inches longer than the C7, and it's 2 inches wider, so it's bigger overall. And it's probably not surprising that it's also heavier. It's more than 230 pounds heavier than the C7. But there's another interesting number that I think comes into play here, and that comes back to usability. When you go over here to the C7, well, if you had a traditional glassback right there, you'd have about 15 cubic feet of cargo space. Come over here to the C8, well, I guess what? You don't get nearly as much. You get 12.5, but here's the problem. It's divided between the front and the back, so it's really more like having 2 six-packs. And there's one other number that turns out to be exactly the same, and well, that's headroom. It turns out that the C8 has exactly the same headroom as the C7, which is great, as long as you fit in the C7.